Okay guys, and good evening and welcome to my second unboxing video. This one's for the Hell Caesar Macedonian successor war elephant. You get in the box here, you get one metal and resin Macedonian elephant and 5 crew, as it says on the box there. This is by Warlord Games. I purchased this recently off eBay for £18 for this particular model, which I thought was really good. You can expect to pay anywhere £20–21 normally, but I did find quite a few of these on eBay, like I say, for the £18. Basically, you get a nice new shiny model in a box, all shrink wrapped, a little bit reflective there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to whip the just take the plastic off to stop it reflecting quite so badly. So you get the actual model itself, as you can see there. Really nice model, really good graphics on it. That's the front of the art there on the box, and then if we turn her over, you can see there's some really nice art on the back there as well. So we'll just try and start the light reflecting on that. Little bit of blurb on the back about the actual elephant itself, bit of the history of it, and some pictures of a finished model there. Okay, so opening her up then. Slide her out, and what you basically end up with is, inside the box you end up with a cardboard insert here with 2 little blister packs. One's got the elephant and the howdah in it, and the other one's got like instructions and an awful lot of the elephant bits in there as well, look. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of the cardboard, and then we'll have a look at the actual boxes themselves. First thing we'll do is open up the elephant. So straight away, little plastic blister pack, just open that one up, and inside there you've got quite a special elephant with just one leg at the moment. The other legs are in there, they're all metal, so you've got one resin leg on that, and 3 metal legs to attach. Obviously no head on this one, and the tail requires attaching as well. One of the things I do notice with these straight away is just how crisp and clean the actual miniature is itself. It seems to be very good. As you can see here, we've got a few little pieces here, if you can see them, turn them round, just from the moulding technique that'll just need taking off with a modelling knife and then just filing down, and obviously then it'll need constructing, but very little work to do on the actual miniature itself, and like I say, very crisp and very clean on the actual miniature itself. Okay, so that's a miniature. Now the howdah on these, you get a howdah already with the shields attached. Very nice detail in, all wood, so that the wood actually does work really well when you're doing your washes to get that full wood effect. And then like I say, there's 2 overlapping shields, 2 on that side and 2 on the other side as well. One of the things with the howdahs that seems to confuse some people, I've seen this on other eBay on other videos as well, is that you get these little bars in between the sort of joints on the howdah itself. What needs to be happening is these little round bars here, and they do need cutting off. Okay, so you have to cut each one of those off with a modelling knife and just clean them out, so that you end up with 3 lugs, for want of a better term there. 1 2 3, 1 2 3 at each side. Once they're off, this will sit on that elephant properly. If you don't take them off, you'll never get that to sit properly, so you need to take those off, just file them down, clean them up, and it will go more or less straight on. As you can see as well, little bit to remove off there and there, not too bad. A really crisp and nice looking model, and I think that's one of the reasons I've left 3 of the legs off, is to allow for the crisp and detailed look of the model itself. So not very much finishing to do on that one. A little bit of construction will need to be done, of course. In the next one here, we've got all the sort of smaller parts. We'll just turn that over and open her up. So you get a little instruction manual in here, okay, which basically, when you open it up, it gives you all the blurb about the Warlord Games and the contact details, and then on the back it explains about how to prepare the resin kits and what to do. Basically, you just need to make sure that you give these a good scrub. All resin kits require a really good scrub with just a little bit of detergent, just to get the the stuff out of the mould itself. It tends to stick on the model, and if you try and paint straight to it, the paint doesn't adhere very well. So a quick scrub down. I use an old toothbrush. I'm going to do a video to explain out what I do with them. An old toothbrush, little bit of detergent, give them a scrub, and then leave them to dry overnight. That's basically what I do. Okay, so that's the instruction manual in there. We open this back up again now. As you can see, we've got metal spears. We've got one metal spear and two metal pikes in there. And if you turn this over, it tells you who's actually packed it. And this one was packed by Kyle. Thank you very much, Kyle, for packing this up. Each one obviously just has the person who's packed it inside. I presume that's so they can track it if something's missing. A little bit of sponge there just to protect the miniature components inside. And then what you end up with in this is you end up with 3 legs. Okay, for the rest of the elephant. You end up with the elephant's head. You end up with, there is 5 crew with this one, which I think is, you know, pretty good really. So you end up with 2 guys with the pikes. So you got one guy there with a pike, sort of holding it overhead. Another guy there with a pike. You've got an archer, and then you've got a guy here who's got his hand on the edge, and he's actually chucking a javelin. So you end up with that one as well. Tail section that goes on the elephant. The driver, okay, weapon already in his hand there. So there's a driver, and then you end up with, for want of a better term, the crest off the elephant. So that's what you basically end up with on that one. So basically what we've got then, the elephant itself, and one of the things I do like about this, I class this as a PlayStation fixing. You've got an elephant here, it's got 3 legs that need attaching, and if you look, that one's got a square, this one here's got a triangle, and that one's got a circle. And when you look at the legs, if I bring that up to the camera, you can see that that one there's got a circle, that one there's got a triangle, and if you can see it very well on the camera, and this one here, that's got a square. So basically you just line these up once you've cleaned them, obviously clean them up, cut them off the sprue, and you can see much better on there with the shadow. You've got your square, triangle, and your circle, a bit like the PlayStation controller, so you can't really mix the legs up at all. Once they're put on and glued, hold really well. No need to pin these at all, and I've not had any problems with them coming off. The head itself fits reasonably well. The only thing I've found with the head is that no matter how you attach it, there will always be gaps. Alright, I mean obviously I haven't finished this, I haven't actually filed it down, but once it's filed down, you can see, I don't know if you can see there will always be, depending on the angle, because you've got a little bit of play on this to change the angle of the head, there will always be a little bit of a gap there, so just a little bit of filler in there, and then file it down, and then once it's constructed and put together, looks really good. There's this elephant. Okay, only comes in this one design, unlike the other elephant videos that I put on the other day. It's purely and simply this one design. I have actually bought some of the Avaiable heads which do fit these elephants. If you did want a little bit of difference, you could go to the Avaiable website, which is they do elephants as well. I'll put a link on underneath for that one, and obviously for the Warlord where I bought these from as well, so check that out at the end of the video. So there we go, really nice elephant, and once constructed you end up with an elephant looking like this. Okay, so this is an elephant that I've constructed from the kit, and as you can see, looks really good, this particular elephant. Lots and lots of armor on it. I've used shield transfers on the actual elephant itself. Comes up really well. Obviously it's a cardboard base here. I will be doing videos of the particular models as I'm building them to actually show you them being built. Really nice model, looks really good. One of the things I will say though is when you're putting the crew in, place the crew first, but make sure you don't glue them until you got the weapons in, because of the way the weapons all crisscross and all have to fit just right. It's quite difficult, especially putting all 5 crew in, including the driver. If you're putting the 4 in the howdah, they only just fit, and it is quite fiddly. So what I'd suggest you do is glue the weapons into the hands first, and then glue the crew in, but make sure that you've got them all positioned and you can get them in nicely before you do the final fixing on these. Really nice model. Looks really good when it's painted on the battlefield. I've painted in excess of 40 of these now, and I really enjoy doing them, and like I say, a really nice model. Okay guys, thanks very much for tuning in. Another war elephant for you if you want one. By all means go out and buy these ones, and check out my other videos, plenty more to look at. Stay tuned. Thanks very much. Bye bye for now.